What the hell is an adequate cause hearing?
I can't keep my emotions straight. I'm going to crawl out of my skin.
It's not that easy to go back to court and to say, whoops.
He and his lawyer are banking on the fact that I am pro se.
Have they met any mom? Any mom I know is the best freaking detective.
She is extremely volatile, emotionally unregulated, spiraling.
Do they point to an exhibit?
No exhibit, no evidence.
They attach nothing showing your behavior.
Thin air. I think it's thin air. Maybe.
Find out that they're hearing. I'm JeniLynn.
And I'm Jen.
And we're
in high conflict hell. You might be too.
We're here talking about high conflict parenting situations. If you know, you know. I'm not going to explain what that is, but let's make sure you're in the right place.
You're in the right place if you have an adequate cause hearing coming up in the next month.
You're in the right place if you have no clue what an adequate cause hearing is. Because neither do we. Go somewhere else for the answer.
Yeah. You're in the right place if you have spent most of your morning trying to format exhibits.
You're in the right place if you're reading court rules without any formal legal training.
Hi, it's me. You're in the right place if you had to take an extra dose of your anti-anxiety medication this morning and still text your co-host, say that you're about to...
I'm your co-host? I'm not your friend. I'm not your neighbor. I'm your co-host.
I don't know this woman from Paul.
Okay, go ahead. You took your anxiety medication and you still had to text
my co-host,
your co-host,
and say, I'm about to buzz out. I'm going to crawl out of my skin. I'm buzzing. I need to come over now. I will call you 17 times if you do not answer my phone call.
That's literally what the text message said.
I didn't have to call.
It's okay. You're here. We're all good. If you can't tell, today we're talking about adequate cause. Cue lottery.
I win the lottery?
You win the lottery, and you win the lottery, and you win the lottery.
You get emotion, and you get emotion, and you get emotion.
Okay, Jen, you have an adequate cause hearing coming up.
Mm-hmm.
What does that mean? What the hell is an adequate cause hearing?
I didn't know, and I can't keep my emotions straight because there's two that are going on. So the motion for adequate cause is basically them telling me that they would like this new parenting plan because she doesn't know how to follow instructions. That's what I get from it.
So you have a final parenting plan in place.
Yes.
And they want to change some minor things about it. And so in order to get the court to do that, they had to file a motion for the court to find that there is a reason to change the parenting plan. If they were asking for a major modification, they would have to show a substantial change in circumstances.
Right.
That's the threshold that they have to show. For a minor change, the parent must show the adjustment is reasonable in the child's best interest and supported by specific facts. But they do not have to prove a substantial change in circumstances. You don't have to.
Yeah.
But of course, it varies state by state.
Yeah.
Your state rules are going to be different if you're in Montana or if you're in Washington.
Yeah.
We're in Washington.
This is not advice. This is a community.
Witches of high conflict hell, go find your own fucking lawyer.
But grab your broom and come ride with us.
And that's the reality, is you get served with all these documents. What the hell does that even mean?
Right.
Like, what does that mean? You know that they wanted to change the parenting plan, but then you get a document that's labeled adequate cause hearing for parenting plan adjustment and request for guardian ad litem.
Yeah.
It's not easy to read. It's not geared. I think they say the average person reads at an 8th grade level.
I think I get 9th grade.
Well, it's funny because even during law school, I took an advanced legal writing course, and the whole course was about how to write in an understandable way.
Right.
It doesn't help anyone when you're writing in like fluty court language. But
Yeah.
that's how the court is set up, is in fluty court language.
Right. I think we need to better describe what adequate cause hearings are.
Okay.
I think you need to do that.
It's a hearing. It's a court hearing where a judge decides whether a parent has shown enough evidence to move forward with changing the final parenting plan. We just talked about major changes or minor changes. what I will say about it, and this was true 10 years ago when I was practicing family law, is they're intentionally conservative when it comes to finding adequate cause, because final parenting plans are favored for stability to prevent the legal system from being used as a tool for ongoing conflict. So especially for a big change, it takes a lot for the court to say. And that's why you have to be careful in drafting your parenting plan too, because it's not that easy to go back to court and to say, oh, changed my mind. Whoops. Forgot to add this in there. Whoops. And here's the problem with final parenting plans, right? Is that you make them when the kids are, well, when you get divorced, but your kids could be young.
Yeah.
Are you picking them up from daycare? Is that where exchange is happening? Well, now your kid's in middle school.
Right.
Where is exchange happening?
Right.
And if you can't communicate with the other parent and you don't have a default system set up in your parenting plan, 7 years later or 10 years later, you're going to be paying a lawyer to file a motion for a change of the parenting plan or asking for mediation. If there's super high conflict, they're not agreeing to mediation. And in the best of circumstances, you're still communicating with your ex very in-depthly, someone who might be still abusing you or did significantly abuse you.
Yeah.
And you're trying so hard to do what's best for your kid. And unfortunately, it's not always what's on everyone's mind.
No. But sometimes I think that these people have convinced themselves that what they're doing and saying is best for the children.
What do you mean?
I think that some people, if they say something to themselves enough.
Well, I think what they convince themselves is that I have to go to court to show her. I'm not just going to agree with her. She doesn't just get her way. She doesn't just get to bully me. She doesn't just get to tell me what to do. We'll go to the court and ask the judge to tell us what to do. Well, okay.
Yeah.
And if you're not the kind of person that feels comfortable going to court, you're getting a lawyer. It's expensive.
Yeah.
It's very expensive. Okay. So that's what adequate cause is.
Yes.
And your hearing, like you said, is for a minor change in the parenting plan and to request a guardian ad litem.
Yes.
So we talk about guardian ad litems in length. What happens with guardian ad litems in high conflict cases? Because I had one in my case in episode 12. So if you're curious about guardian ad litems, what they are, how the court views them, my personal experience having one, which is not great, go listen to episode 12, guardian ad litems.
And leave a comment, a like, a follow, download it.
Yeah, that would be actually really helpful.
Yeah.
Okay. So you have the hearing for contempt coming up in early February. And then a few weeks later is when you have your hearing for adequate cause. Is it a few weeks or is it
10
about
days.
a week? 10 days later. And at first when I saw that it was double hearings, I was like, why is he not just combining this all into one day? I think the King County is set up so you have to do contempt motions on a different day. Like they have like a designated day for a contempt motion. So that's why you have to do it twice. And that's why when we were talking about this adequate cause hearing, you're like, well, I'm just going to ask the judge right now to do stuff with the parenting plan. And I was like, oh, you can ask, but it's
not going to work.
It's not a parenting plan calendar. It's not a modification calendar. It's a contempt calendar. I don't know. So now you have to show up twice.
Yeah.
In a matter of a few weeks.
Not only is the judicial calendar set up in that way that they have things separated, but it also makes the lawyer more money.
Oh, yeah. Because now he's going to go to 2 hearings. I'm shocked that he's doing this 2 hearings.
Are you?
Yeah, I think
he hates me.
Well, it's part of his job to hate you. He's getting paid to hate on you. He got paid to pick a huge fight with you.
Yeah. Got exactly what he wanted.
Yeah. But now mommy's on the case too.
Oh, yeah. We just noticed this morning when I was going in to upload some documents that there's an additional attorney listed on the case.
On your ex-husband's side.
Yeah.
Not on your side still.
I still have nobody. I've still got me. That there's an additional attorney. And so if you listened to our episode about lawyers, we explain that my ex-husband's lawyer, he's only ever worked for his mom.
Daddy.
And mommy's on the case now. And so I think he is in over his head with what's going on. And so she's stepping in to take care of her baby boy.
When I was practicing and I was a young baby lawyer, if a client had paid me a ton of money, a partner would step in.
Yeah.
Just to make sure it's their professional responsibility. I'm not saying that's what's happening here.
I think so.
But I'm just saying,
In my
if
unprofessional
someone
opinion.
has paid you or a lot of money is at risk, or you've gotten, that there's a deep pocket on the other end, it's your business.
Yeah.
You're going to do what your business needs to do to make money. And if that's, throwing someone else on a case for a hot minute, then yeah, you will.
I think that's what's going on. He also...
You think you're going to see mommy in court at the hearing instead of
so.
daddy?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I hope. I don't know what I hope, actually. I hope that you settle before the hearing. I hope that, as I said to you before, that because your contempt hearing's first, I do hope the judge scolds him.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's even a reasonable expectation. I know that I'm so biased because clearly we talk all the time, and I think what he's doing to you is cruel and mean and completely unfounded. And I think just like on the most basic of motherly levels, to take the mother of your kid and write these things about them, and you are still caring for 3 kids 24/7 and doing a full-time job and becoming a professional podcaster.
Professional.
But it's mean. It's actually mean. And with the adequate cause hearing, they had to file a plan that they want in place now.
Yeah.
So they want the temporary parenting plan in place while the guardian ad litem does their investigation.
Yeah.
So, Jen.
Yes.
The witches of high conflict hell are your judge and jury. Are you ready to go on trial for your adequate cause hearing?
Yes.
You need to show why adequate cause should not be found in your case. Or, if you agree with their proposed parenting plan, say so now. Go.
I think that we should not have any changes to the parenting plan because it has been working without any issue for the last 5 years.
Guilty, uncooperative mother. Jail is your punishment.
What a bitch. That Jen, she's just a terrible mother. It's true.
I will take your statements as a sign that you are being uncooperative with their request for changes. And because you are the uncooperative mother, your punishment will be
jail.
Death. Oh, burned at the stake.
That would be great.
Yo, witch.
I mean, at this point, that's what it feels like.
Right? It's like gathering stuff out of like nothing.
Yeah.
Okay, so now let's go through the actual declaration. So in support of their adequate cause hearing and asking the judge to say, yes, this plan needs to be reopened and looked at, they provide a declaration in support. So this is your ex-husband's words.
Yeah. So you have to provide a narrative that says, this is what's going on that's wrong.
This is why we want the parenting plan adjusted, and this is why I want a guardian ad litem. Jen, read his declaration in support of why you are the worst mother in the world.
Hold on.
Am I taking this court thing a little too far?
No, I love it.
We'll see.
You know who is taking the court thing a little too far? Daddy.
And your ex-husband?
Yep. And now mommy.
Mommy.
So it starts with, there are 3 primary reasons for this minor modification.
Okay.
The first one is that our oldest daughter is not following the residential schedule. We may need services to get the underlying reasons and cause why child is not attending regularly court-ordered visitation. Further, I am concerned as to Jen's overall mental stability, her behavior's impact on our children, and alienation of our children. I believe Jen may need services to cease the behavior and be a more positive parent to our daughters.
Okay, that's number 1. Number 2
is I have moved farther away from Jen's home. This makes the 5:30 p.m. weekend pickup not feasible, as it often requires me to drive 2 hours in rush hour traffic each way and leave work early to get to the visit on time.
So 2, they don't like the exchange provisions anymore.
Yep.
Okay.
And 3, the holiday and summer vacation schedule is not in the best interests of the children, given their age and my lack of summer residential time with them.
So wait, he has all the holidays, and he's saying that now he doesn't want all the holidays anymore.
Yeah.
Okay. Which you can just not do them. That's up to you.
He has
you don't
regularly
have to ask
been
the court to order you not to do your holidays. You could just not, which he has Easter,
Thanksgiving,
Christmas, Thanksgiving. He's routinely not exercised or done his portion.
Yes.
You know what you should do? You should file a contempt motion and list all the
I thought
times
about that.
he has missed visits. Be like, Your Honor, he's willfully disobeyed this court order. He hasn't been exercising
in bad faith.
In bad faith. He's a bad dad.
Well, and the thing is I've never weaponized that against him. ever missing these visits or anything. And so what I have done is when I have noticed that he wants me to have the children for these holidays or whatever he wants to miss, sometimes it's because he's a lost puppy dog that doesn't have a home. So I haven't invited him.
Has he rented a place himself? Do you know?
Once.
Like in the last bunch of years?
Yeah, that was where he was found to be having an affair with his neighbor.
Oh, so like 4 years ago. But since then, he just stays with like different women or his mom or a friend.
Literally moved from woman to woman to couch to mom.
I don't blame my ex-husband. Paying a rent sucks.
I know.
Paying a mortgage sucks.
I agree. So, I'm
taking notes.
Yeah.
So those are the 3 things they're accusing you of. Does he have a declaration to support each one of those allegations?
Well, I mean, kind of.
Or is this
support
like
is a loose word.
Is this a generalized statement?
That is the general overall feeling of the document.
So now let's read through his statement, why these 3 things are true.
Okay.
Go.
Well, the first one is that Jen became irate upon learning of my move and my new relationship.
Wait, you became what?
Irate.
Oh, okay.
I don't remember that. I wish that I had proof or evidence within this document.
They just go right to the conclusion.
I'm just irate.
Just an angry mess.
Scorned.
Irate.
I don't know.
Okay.
I was irate. She has even started a podcast. Have you heard about this podcast? It's called High Conflict Hell.
Gotta listen. And I gotta tell all my friends about it. I gotta share it. I gotta follow it. Okay, keep going.
Yeah,
High Conflict Hell.
Where she disparages me.
And I get it. That like going out there and talking about the other parent of your children in general.
It's risky.
Once again, if you can't talk about the problem because talking about it is forbidden.
Yeah.
Where are we at as a society?
Yeah.
And none of our kids have access to it. At some point, might they? Like I said, I've talked to a therapist about it. We'll cross that bridge when we come to it.
Right. And I'll say I haven't attempted to disparage anyone. I have, however, shared stories that are my own experience in this very real and very serious situation. And these allegations are very serious.
If the story is disparaging, if saying the story is disparaging, maybe look at the behavior.
Yeah.
Like Taylor Swift, if you don't want me to write songs about you talking shit, maybe don't do shit to me.
So what I like to say now is don't tell lies about me and I won't tell the truth about you.
Right.
Okay.
So going on in the declaration.
Yep. So then he claims that Jen has refused to follow the final parenting plan and that I have encouraged our oldest daughter to stop attending visitation with me, again with no evidence, because I have never done that. She told oldest child it was her choice not to spend time with me and actively began a campaign to alienate child from me.
And we go really deep into that in the alienation episode as well. Alienation versus estrangement.
Yeah. She has routinely disparaged me and made up false or misleading statements about me. Oldest child has not attended visitation with me since the end of May 2025.
But he does use an exhibit.
One. Yeah.
Okay. So he has an exhibit there to support that. Can you read what that exhibit says?
Yes. So there is a text message exchange between our oldest daughter and my ex-husband. And he says to her, I know I have treated people badly and I know I have hurt a lot of people. And she goes on to say, yes, you have hurt a lot of people, including me. I don't want to see, and she names some people's names. I don't care about them. If you want to have a relationship with me, stop doing this to my mom. And then goes on to say, you are such a liar. This is why I don't feel safe around you. And this was immediately following him being at my home and screaming at me.
And no matter what, this is the text message they have to show that you're creating a campaign. She doesn't mention a lawyer. She doesn't mention a court process. She doesn't mention a judge.
Right.
All she literally says is stop being mean to my mom. It's ironic to me that they construe that immediately as she must be talking about the court. Why? Because what you're doing is screwed up?
Right.
Why? Because this is all really, really harmful if a kid catches wind of this and they could be like, hey, stop doing this to my mom. Not even the reason, but that's the assumption on the other end that it couldn't be because he was just standing in the driveway screaming at you.
Right. That's
not what she's talking about.
And I mean, what's a campaign? Is one text message a campaign? Does that show evidence of a campaign?
It doesn't even say what they're saying it says. Okay.
Yeah.
So now continue reading his declaration in support of those 3 things they say you're doing.
The next thing is that he begged me for months to stop my behavior and follow the parenting plan. So that resulted in him having to hire an attorney to resolve the issues of me complying with the final parenting plan.
Specifically sending oldest daughter then to his house. That's what he's saying, that you should have been forcing her some way. You've said, I can't force her. You can come force her. He has said, no, I can't come force her. I don't know how. So now all
and
of a sudden,
begging. So begging is an interesting word to me because he's playing damsel in distress here. He's actually never tried to talk to me about this.
Where are the exhibits that have the text messages
that show him
begging you to get oldest daughter to come?
They're not here.
No.
Nope.
Because they don't exist.
They don't exist. And on the contrary, there are text messages from me trying to get him to go to therapy with her.
Right. In
trying
your
to get her to,
Let's keep going through.
Okay. Jen has claimed that oldest child was mad at me and that she could not get her to comply with the visitation schedule. When mediation was offered to discuss this, Jen refused to attend mediation. I informed Jen, I would be filing a petition to modify and seeking court relief. So it goes on to say that I have concerns about Jen's emotional volatility, false claims, and alienation of the children. Jen, without evidence, then stated that oldest child does not wish to see me because she is mad at me due to alleged infidelity in my prior relationships. Even if infidelity existed in my adult relationship, there is no nexus between my relationship with the children and whether I was or not faithful to Jen or any other partner.
Okay.
He's claiming that there is no nexus between his infidelity and our child because this is an adult issue.
You know what's interesting? I just had a conversation with my mom about this morning.
Okay.
And she was like, well, do you think it's really that big of a deal that her oldest child found out about the cheating?
Yeah.
And I was like, I don't know. Like, when did you find out that your parent was a liar?
Mm-hmm.
And she was like, oh, my mom. She was like, I was in the 4th grade. And my mom was supposed to go to a PTA meeting at the school. And she left and she went to this supposed PTA meeting at the school. And the next day in class, the teacher was saying to the class, not a single one of your parents showed up to the PTA meeting. And my mom was like, wait a second, my mom did. And so she came home and she asked her mother, I thought you went to the PTA meeting last night. And she said, oh, no, I ended up going somewhere else. Like she clearly had just told the kids that she was going there.
Yeah.
And I was like, she was like, and I thought to myself, man, you're a liar. I said, okay, now imagine, Mom, your mom went out to her boyfriend's car, fucked him in the car, came in and said to you, oh, wait, I wasn't lying about that, but I did meet with Johnny in the car. And you read all the messages between her and Johnny having sex in the back of the car and maybe even saw a picture or two.
Yeah.
And then your dad is no longer your dad. You moved out of your home.
Yeah. So 60 years later.
I was like, because 60 years later, you can recount that more or less innocuous story about a mom saying she was going to a PTA meeting and doing whatever else she did.
Right.
Imagine now your dad is having an affair, lying. Like I said to my mom, I was like, this clearly never happened to me, never happened to you, but I have TikTok and I have seen people talk about this shit and it fucks them up as kids.
Well, let's also paint this picture because we haven't done this yet. I was thinking about this the other day. Her iPad, for all intents and purposes, is a giant iPhone. She is logged into his messages because he logged her into that. So it's not that she has to navigate to some application to go review information. She's having notifications pop up anytime someone sends messages. So not only is she seeing messages between he and his partner at the time, I love you, I miss you, I can't wait to see you. Then she's seeing messages, I can't wait to suck your dick tomorrow night. So this is the kind of thing that my child is exposed to.
Right.
Then she was able to see the breakup. So what kind of messages do you send in a breakup? What kind of messages do you send when the mistress finds out that you have a partner? There's just this whole cycle of things that my kid was seeing.
You know what, though, Jen? You should take this as a learning moment to teach your oldest child not to read messages where it's not her business. This is my parenting tip of the day.
Perfect. Thank you. When you learn how to do that, you let me know and then I'll let her know.
Like I said, better than me. Since I was a kid, I find a note on the ground, pick it up, open it, read it. Like I said, handsome on a phone.
Yeah.
That message is read if one's on the screen. I mean,
yeah. And
you have a text message where your ex-husband says all of the nexus, all of the reasons why his infidelity would affect their relationship.
Should I read that text message thread here?
Should we read it now? Yeah, read it now.
It's interesting. So his message, my ex-husband's message to our oldest child, while he's claiming that there is no nexus between his infidelity and our child because this is an adult issue, is, I'm sorry for the way I downplayed your feelings and the damage that I have done. I have been really taking a look at the things that I did and the way that they hurt you. So I am going to try to go down a list of the things that I have done, acknowledge them, and apologize so that I can begin to make amends for them. 1.
I bet this is part of a program too. So
Yeah,
keep
you
going.
said that. I remember.
Which
1.
good.
Yeah. I am sorry that I exposed you to the infidelity that happened between me and ex-girlfriend through the iPad and through my Gmail account. I understand that was hard to both see and accept and made life feel more chaotic and unpredictable, as well as making me feel unsafe and untrustworthy. 2.
Nexus. Go ahead.
Is that a nexus? I don't know. It feels like there's no
He
nexus.
wrote that nexus line for
Right.
you.
Oh, he wrote the other ones too. Ready? 2. That cheating I did took you and your sisters and me away from somewhere safe and loving, and I am sorry for that. I hurt you and your sisters, and I hurt ex-girlfriend a lot. I am so sad for that and so sorry for the chaos it caused and the hurt I caused.
Chaos it caused. Nexus. Removal from home that you had been living in. Nexus.
3. He can count higher than us.
Oh,
Just so he knows.
I barely knew what nexus meant. So keep going.
I know I didn't give you time for things to normalize before I brought new woman into your life, and I am so sorry I rushed and pushed you into that. I was excited and wanted to share that, but I didn't think about how confusing or big of a change that would be.
Nexus.
4. I didn't mean to make you feel like you had no choice coming, and I am sorry if I did. I wanted to make you a part of things because they make me happy. I am sorry I took your choice away. Nexus. This is in relation to him taking oldest child to new girlfriend's house after repeatedly telling her that he wasn't taking her there.
Brought it there anyways.
There's no connection, actually.
The word is nexus.
No, there's no nexus here. It's like the nexus pass between the U.S. and Canada.
That he used his infidelity not affecting the children in any way, shape, or form, and then basically gave every that is like kind of like a lot to think about. But you know what? Thank you for thinking this through on how this nexus between your infidelity and your child's what I'm going to call estrangement, not alienation, occurred.
So I also think that he and his lawyer are banking on the fact that I am pro se and I am not able to go find the right things to counter their lies.
I don't know. Maybe. I mean, have they met any mom? I mean, any mom I know is the best freaking detective out there.
Right.
I'm sorry. You saw a guy in the airport last week?
Yeah.
You thought he was cute? I got this.
Joseph.
That's
name's
what I
Joseph.
mean.
He lives in Connecticut.
I can get you his LinkedIn. I can forward you his background check. I can tell you when he was divorced. Looks like he's got a girlfriend.
Yeah.
Could be a cheater. I'll slide in his DMs. Let you know in 20. Like,
I don't know. That is me.
I know. I do agree with you. I think that they just think they're going to steamroll you. And maybe they will. We'll find out at the hearing. But realistically, it's like you're saying things that can so easily be disproved. Is this just a money grab? Should we be feeling bad for your ex-husband?
Right? That wasn't another
I
episode.
yelled at you the other day. I was like, we are not feeling bad for him.
I do feel like that.
Maybe he's like pumped him up and been like, well, for another 20 grand, I can, maybe not
She's
20.
a fucking bitch. We can take her down.
For $5,000, I'll do this and this.
Yeah.
And he's
and
like,
then,
yeah.
So then mommy came on because he's like, oh my God, she actually has provided some pretty sound points. Maybe we need someone with a bigger brain to go toe to toe with her because maybe I'm not her match.
Well, I thought it was really funny when you said that. When I was repeating that your ex-husband had said to me, well, Jen has finally met her match with this lawyer. And you were like, actually, I think I'm a better lawyer than he is, and I never went to law school.
Yeah, I was like, I don't think he's that smart.
You're a mom.
He's
These
aggressive.
Are your kids.
Yeah.
Okay. Keep going.
Moving on. Okay.
So there's no nexus between his infidelity and their relationship. That's what we just discussed. And now,
the
next
thing
point, go ahead.
Is I immediately, this is ex-husband's words in this declaration, remember? I immediately requested the oldest child and I enroll and work through therapy for any issues she may have with me, as well as her to better understand that problems between me and Jen are not problems between me and oldest child.
Okay, where's the text message? They have a text message attached, right, to prove that?
No.
Oh, wait, no?
No, because that was my text message where I encouraged them to go to therapy.
You have a text message.
And about 17 emails.
Okay, they have to have some kind of evidence, though, showing that they requested therapy several times and you denied it.
Nope.
Is there a canceled appointment record?
No.
Is there a declaration from a therapist?
Nope.
Is there a text message between the two of you where you say, I don't approve of that therapist?
No.
Interesting.
Isn't it weird?
The plot thickens.
I think it gets thinner. This feels thinner to me.
The plot thins.
Okay. So After a significant amount of acrimony, Jen agreed to allow child to attend some reconciliation appointments starting in December. I believe oldest child is only feeling pressure from Jen to not attend visitation, and she has little underlying issues with me.
Okay, the funny thing is you just got this. We talk in episodes
Yeah.
over and over how not only was it your suggestion that they attend reconciliation therapy, but then the lawyer told you, daddy told you, it was going to be your job to make the appointment by October 17th.
Mm-hmm.
And you were like, this is their issue. He should make the appointment. And it was a back and forth of like, no, you need to do this, Mom. So the fact that now it was their whole freaking idea, you were the resistor in this reconciliation
acrimony?
therapy?
Where's the acrimony? No exhibits that show my acrimony.
What does acrimony mean?
It's like a fuss. I'm causing just being a little bit of a bitch and having a temper tantrum about it.
Guys, I'm not Webster.
I know the words nexus and acrimony, and you are so much smarter than me, so I feel really good right now.
I did know what nexus meant, but
no, take that out.
Take that out.
Know some things JeniLynn doesn't know.
So now we're continuing on with the declaration.
Well, yeah. So let's go back to this one part. Okay. So I believe the oldest child is feeling only pressure from Jen to not attend visitation, and she has little underlying issues with me. I will be providing them the nexus of the issues.
Based on his own words, based on his own acknowledgement, which once again, so confusing because how many emails did you get from daddy lawyer being like, he has no clue what happened. He has no clue what happened.
At least 4.
Why would... Yeah. Okay. When everything else you say says the exact opposite. Well, I know what happened, but he does go back and forth.
Yeah.
But then I don't know why we're sitting here.
Yeah.
I don't know what's happened. Okay.
Right. Okay. Oldest child is a bright and wonderful daughter. She enjoys visitation with me, but seems to be suffering serious anxiety and emotional turmoil by the consistent disparagement and inappropriate conflict Jen is engaging in.
Okay, wait.
With no exhibits.
Oh, I was just going to ask, what exhibits are attached to that statement? Do they point to an exhibit where you're...
I see right here, thin air. I think it's thin air.
They just say it.
Yeah.
They attach nothing showing your disparaging comments or your behavior that's making her feel pressure.
No.
So now this declaration continues.
Moving on, yeah. For example, I have notified Jen that I would be filing the petition to modify, and Jen told the children that I was coming after her and that she would be pulling child out of private school and would not allow them to participate in skiing this year. Okay, so no exhibit to support that I've told the children that he was coming after me. There's nothing attached there.
How would he know what you told the children or didn't tell the children?
Right. Right.
And there's nothing to support his blanket allegation that...
No.
Okay.
So Jen told the children that I was coming after her and that she would be pulling child out of private school and would not allow them to participate in skiing this year. Attached is an exhibit. Is the correspondence from Jen trying to pull child out of school in violation of our joint decision-making provisions of the final parenting plan and pull all girls out of skiing for the season.
They have an exhibit that says this, that you are pulling child out of school.
We're going to have to scroll to that and double check.
Okay, let's get to this exhibit.
Yeah, without further communication, she told the girls they could not ski and that oldest child would have to stop going to her private school. So...
this exhibit's going to be good.
Yeah, it confirms that I unilaterally had a discussion with the kids and that I am forcing him to pay for
ski school. That you're
ski
forcing
school
him to pay. Does he now says he acknowledges it was only 50%.
50%. Yeah, that's changed.
So I think he probably caught wind in an episode.
I actually said it to him one day. I was like, you know that you didn't pay for ski school? And he was like, well, a few weeks ago, and he was like, I know, I told my lawyer. I'm not joking. He said, I told my lawyer that wasn't true. So I said, did you tell him that you didn't actually have the kids for Thanksgiving last year either? And he was like, yeah, I tried to tell him that. I'm not joking.
Happening.
I don't have an exhibit. I just have verbal, but that's okay. I have other exhibits. So his exhibit that shows that I have unilaterally had a discussion with the children that I would be pulling one child out of their private school and paying for ski school says, from me to him, tuition comes out tomorrow. It will be rejected from my account. What I have asked you for is for discussion and ideas, which is not a violation. Please work to respond to that. Or if you have an immediate idea for this month's tuition, please let me know ASAP. It's really stressful.
Where are you unilaterally threatening to pull her out of school? Or wait, are you asking him for a thoughtful discussion about funds regarding private school given a legal battle?
I don't know. I think for those of us with any amount of reading comprehension and integrity.
Remember when Daddy told you that if you don't know how to tell time, that you
I
can
can go
go
to
tell
tell
the
a judge.
judge that you don't know what 5:30 p.m. on a Friday means.
In bad faith.
Yeah, daddy needs to explain to ex-husband, if you don't know how to read a text message, you should explain that to the judge. Well, that's what they're doing. They're explaining to the judge that they don't know how to read a text message.
Clearly.
Well, and once again, real consequences of these things is some of the extra things that our kids are able to have.
Right.
Might not be possible if you need $20,000 for a lawyer.
Yeah.
That's reality,
Yeah.
at least in our world. Maybe in other people's worlds, they can do it all. And if ex-husband has an idea on how to do it all, happily say, love to sponsor your lawyer, love to sponsor private school. I have an extra $100,000 sitting around right now, and this is what I'm going to spend it on.
Oh, yeah.
An election campaign.
A campaign. Well, and he has gone around.
A disparagement campaign.
He's been going around telling people the combined household income of he and his partner, like he's so proud of it. And it just keeps coming back to me.
It's because it's close to
$500,000 a year, which is why they can afford a lawyer and I can't.
This feels so unfair.
Oh, it is. This is power. This is a power trip.
It's money. It's power. It's, I'm going to say, white privilege.
It is. Okay.
Because these are rich people problems. You just can't go and create this kind of problem without, I mean, you can. If you don't have a lawyer, you can wreak havoc in anyone's life.
Because this was not a problem.
This kind of strategy is, you have too much money sitting around.
Yeah.
Like, you need to, I don't know, donate it to a greater cause.
Yeah, like therapy for underprivileged children.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're moving on. In the declaration that my ex-husband wrote is Jen also started telling the girls that I was coming after her and encouraged Child to threaten me that, quote, if you want to have a relationship with me, stop doing this to my mom.
Okay, so same text message attached to that.
Yeah.
Which you don't say, stop taking her to court, stop. Yeah.
Which I do think that was immediately after he was screaming at me at our home. Okay? I am deeply troubled that Jen is involving the girls in this litigation and is using them as pawns in her attempts to alienate them from me. You know, it's funny because he's never claimed that I'm alienating any of the children except for my oldest, and it's not true. And now, you know, he uses this as kind of a blanketed term that I'm alienating all of the children from him. But this is the first time this has come up, is in this document.
And this is why they're asking for the guardian ad litem.
Yeah.
Right? Because they're saying you need help.
I'm crazy.
Parenting.
But not asking to have the children. Just 3 weeks in summer.
Think about that dichotomy.
Right.
Like that word? The just position of two opposite sides of saying you're an emotionally unstable mother, but also in our temporary parenting plan, we're not asking for the kids to be placed with me. Yeah. Once again, how worried are you?
Right. Clearly not.
Okay.
So
the declaration goes on to say,
Jen has also begun trying to use the police to threaten me. That's news to me. She claimed I had not been following safe storage of my firearms. This was not true, and despite me telling her that, she sent me several rounds of text messages, see what he did there, of text messages telling me she would not send the children to visitation given my alleged failure to secure my firearms. I never once said that I was not going to be sending the children anywhere. I actually asked him to just talk to me about it.
Once again, you had not only one of your children, but also his ex-girlfriend confirm that there was a gun unsecured. It had been being transported, moved out. It was kept in a fanny pack, I think.
Cotopaxi.
Yeah, it was just kept in his trunk. Your kids were telling you they saw dad's gun in the trunk. We all know the number one killer of kids is guns. Even if it's not on purpose, accidental killings happen all the time. And you sending a message saying, hey, and I think what your message did say, I don't remember exactly, was the kids are supposed to go there this weekend. Can you please confirm? You weren't like, I will not be sending them.
None of that.
No.
And this is important because in huge custody conflicts that are like what I'm experiencing right now, there is a lot of time where people end up shooting the children or the mother.
Unfortunately. Absolutely.
So the second police report he's claiming is a result of a dispute as to Thanksgiving break that is subject to a pending contempt motion before this court.
This is the same issue rehashed all through the contempt
Yeah.
motion. The whole thing is completely inaccurate.
It's a lie.
The entire thing from that your ex-husband had the kids last year for Thanksgiving, no. The fact that he says you're operating outside what you've ever done, no. That then you showed up to parent-teacher conferences.
No.
You had an appointment
Yeah.
for your parent-teacher conference. That you, what was the last thing that you threatened that if he was going to come after you of taking the kid? No, he stood next to you, so close to you before the conference. You told him, back away from me, and then he yelled, fuck you at you.
And he claims in here
office.
that I told him that if he tried to stop me from taking the kid that was leaving with me, that I would claim he is being violent and assaulting me.
Oh, if he physically prevented you from doing something, if he laid his hands on you, you wouldn't claim.
Right.
You even said that. So all this is stupid.
Because
men don't actually usually assault women too.
Right.
It's not a thing.
Right.
So keep going with the declaration from your ex-husband.
Okay. This is my favorite part. It actually made me cry a lot yesterday and today. I am really concerned about Jen's overall mental stability and potential need for services. She is extremely volatile and emotionally unregulated. I believe she is spiraling, and her behavior is damaging our daughters and their mental health.
Okay. Can you point me to the exhibits where they attach
let me
things
look.
that show that you are unhinged, spiraling?
Got it right here. Thin air.
Yeah, nothing.
Nothing. And
0. Just their blanket allegations that you are spiraling. No text messages, no unhinged incident that happened at a school, no parent declarations, other parent declarations in support of you being unhinged, or what do they say?
Unhinged and volatile?
Unhinged,
spiraling,
volatile, or spiraling. They have
nothing.
Absolutely 0, not one example of you being unhinged.
Yeah. And to the
they just
contrary,
say that you are.
Yeah. And so saying that my actions are negatively affecting our daughters and damaging their mental health, I get regular emails and text messages from teachers saying, your kid went out of their way to be kind to someone today. This is what's going on. Your kid is so wonderful, blah, blah, blah. I don't think that my children are struggling with their mental health because of me.
You know what? They're not.
They're doing great.
But let me just say something.
Oh. Uh-oh.
Because if they were spiraling, if they were feeling the effects of all of this conflict, even though they don't know about this court and these lawyers, this is stressful. The idea that you're going to shoot the pilot of the plane and then expect it to land with all the passengers safe still is unreasonable.
Yeah.
Like, even if you were spiraling, which you're not, I wouldn't blame you.
Right.
I want to spiral just hearing all this crap.
We've got 2 attorneys and my co-parent coming after the primary parent.
Yes.
Where targeting a primary parent is something that so regularly
I just
occurs.
have to say it, you're targeting women.
Oh, yeah.
You're using you're a crazy witch. We all know how women are. They're crazy. We don't even have to give an example.
Yeah.
Because women are just crazy.
Yeah.
They're unhinged and they spiral.
With no evidence to support that. You could just say it.
One example.
Right.
One.
This is, in my opinion, coercive control through the courts.
Yeah, and we'll do a whole episode about coercive control because that is such a freaking hot topic. And once again, something I didn't really know a lot about.
Yeah.
The ex-husband goes on in the declaration. Go ahead.
Yeah, he goes on to explain that he wants to change the pickup time because he's moved so far away. Okay, that's great. Holiday and summer vacation. Currently, I have every holiday and school break.
He doesn't want them anymore.
Right. Including Mother's Day in the final parenting plan. Yeah, let's go back. Currently, I have every holiday and school break, including Mother's Day.
All I'm going to say is, told you so.
I know.
So, Mother's Day is such a freaking hot topic.
Right.
Out of all the holidays you're pointing to, he has all
Mother's
of them.
Day.
And you're going to point to including Mother's Day. We're actually doing you a favor by filing this motion.
Yeah.
We're doing all of this because you don't even have Mother's Day.
I know. I want to actually go to the spa on Mother's Day.
I know. I feel the same way. You know that I do. What I actually hate about Mother's Day is this kind of shit.
It's weaponized.
My ex-husband weaponizes Mother's Day against me, and it drives me nuts. And mainly because I'm like, I don't even care. But now I'm caring and I'm mad. So maybe I actually do care, but I don't want to care about this stupid day.
Right.
Okay. Sorry. They're doing you a favor by giving you Mother's Day.
I know. So sweet, actually. I believe that we should resolve issues with summer as I currently have no summer vacation in the parenting plan. I would ideally like to be able to take the girls for 3 weeks every year for uninterrupted time.
Has he ever wanted to take the girls for 3 weeks? Has
No.
he ever came to you and said,
No.
I want to take the girls for 3 weeks this summer?
He 2 weeks at winter break, and he kept bringing them to my house and having me go pick them up. He can't handle it.
So, okay, where is there evidence to support this change that they've asked you for this change and you've denied it for summer break?
I'm scrolling. I got nothing.
No, thin air still.
Weird.
Yeah, thin air.
Okay, so for the above reasons, I asked the court to find adequate cause. I'm asking the court to adopt my temporary plan, which includes that 3 weeks of vacation and a changed place to pick up the kids, and me getting Mother's Day. I get Mother's Day.
So that's what they want in the temporary parenting plan. Why guardian ad litem investigates.
That's it.
Well, while guardian ad litem investigates
my emotional instability, my volatile behavior.
What's best for the kids is what they're supposed to be investigating.
Supposed to be.
They're supposed to be determining the best interest of the children.
Yeah.
But in these motions, they're not asking for a major change. They're not asking for a different split on residential time.
No.
They're asking for, he doesn't want all the holidays anymore. And he wants 3 weeks in the summer, which he's never once asked for or approached you about or said, hey, can we come to a compromise on this? It's now just in a court document where they're asking a judge to order it because they're not going to just ask the other parent. They're going to just ask the judge.
So here's some fun things from the temporary parenting plan that actually are not okay. There is a checkbox.
Their proposed temporary parenting plan?
So care and safety of children. Jen must not take the children out of Washington State absent written agreement or court order. What about me? What about
him?
Yeah, why
not make it mutual?
Right.
Neither party takes the children out of state until this matter is resolved.
Yeah, that seems
one-sided.
Right. A couple of fun things here that I want to point out. In here, it's a checkbox. Okay. Other problems that may harm the children's best interests or interfere with the performance of parenting functions. These problems could include neglect, emotional or physical problems, substance abuse, lack of emotional ties, abusive use of conflict, withholding the child, or other problems. And he has checked. Neither parent has any of these problems.
Which that box is basically alienation, which
is everything you just said.
All through their declarations, all through the emails, and they don't check that box.
And so he's claiming that I have all of these emotional problems and that I'm withholding children.
Well, and he's claiming that your emotional problems and your campaigning is affecting his relationship with the children, but they don't check that box on the parenting plan.
Yep. So I think that's fun.
Well, it's a technicality too because they're not asking for a limitation of your parenting time.
Right.
And so
but I'm so crazy.
If they check those boxes, he'd have to
prove it.
Step up, take the kids for at least Christmas break the whole time. But
find somewhere to go for Christmas.
I can't even. So that's interesting that's their request for relief. So you're working on a response.
Yeah.
To all of that. How do you feel after working on your response to all of that?
I feel both relieved and bad because the truth is not good for him. I don't want to go before a judge or put on public record what a piece of shit he is.
Well, I mean, touche, says the microphone in front of your mouth.
Touche. But I mean, we shouldn't be in this position right here where you're lying about me. So I have to respond and tell the truth about you.
Right. Yeah. It doesn't feel good to be put in this position and then
forced.
Literally, unlike you forcing him to pay 100% of ski school, he is literally forcing you to respond to these very serious allegations. And you can only do so with text messages and screenshots screenshots, not only between you and him, but with children. The whole thing is so freaking messy. It just gets so messy so quickly. I think that at this adequate cause hearing, if you agree with this parenting plan in general, like you said, with maybe a few minor adjustments, ask the judge to make it final.
Right.
See what he says.
Right.
We don't even need to go to mediation. You're right.
Here, you should save some money.
His proposed parenting plan. He has not provided one single ounce of evidence, not a declaration in support from another parent, another teacher, a family member to back up his allegations that you are not providing a safe and secure home for your children. Nothing. His blanketed conclusions is all that is in there.
Yeah.
And I don't see how that's grounds for a guardian ad litem.
Either.
And they're asking you to split it.
Right.
That's expensive.
With whose money?
Just because someone, once again, they point at you and say, you're a witch. Burn her. And you just have to prove you're not.
Right.
And now I'm not only in court, which is causing me so much anxiety and so much heartache, but now I'm in a position to where I'm going to have to answer to a third party and explain to other people. My life will be I'm not going to say uprooted. My emotional security will be uprooted then for as long as the guardian ad litem takes.
Yeah.
That doesn't sound like a good thing for
anybody. No, for anybody. And where's the guardian ad litem going to go if you don't have an address?
All while he doesn't have a stable home address.
Yeah.
If they come out of court with all of this, I am going to be floored. I mean, but I saw what happened in my case.
So yeah, it's a possibility.
Nothing surprises me anymore.
Nope.
Okay. What's not the worst thing that happened to you this week, Jen?
I have a UTI. And all the women listening just cringed.
Oh, it makes me want to pee just hearing that.
It hurts. And like taking the antibiotic that gets you sometimes hot and flushed and your stomach hurts. I have all of those things right now.
Mouth dry? It makes my mouth dry.
I didn't realize that. I've been licking my lips trying to hide behind the microphone the whole time.
I can see the white on your tongue as you're talking.
Thanks, everybody. I'm actually going to go die now.
Kidding.
I can feel it.
That is a pretty bad thing, though.
Hey, this week in hell.
So actually, I went to our soccer game, and I don't like playing co-ed.
Yeah.
And something happened on the field of the court. It was an indoor court. And there's like a play that this guy was so mad about, and he was unjustly mad. He was wrong.
And he's like 6'2", big old guy.
Yeah. And everyone from our team is kind of like, whoop, drop it, screaming from the bench.
Relax.
And
it's okay.
And he goes, like, shakes his finger.
He's wagging his entire finger at you.
At me, of all the people. And he's like, no, 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 no.
Oh, he was yelling, too.
Yes. And, of course, because I got a big mouth, I was like, no,
don't wag your, don't shake your finger at me.
You know the rules.
She did.
And when something like that happens with a man, especially during a co-ed soccer game, I'm like, you know what? Go play with the men.
Yeah.
You want to bring that kind of aggressive, shaming, shaking your finger? Go fucking shake your finger in a man's face.
Yeah.
Why are you out on the co-ed field? Is this your power trip of the week?
Yeah.
And that's why I don't like playing soccer with men. So
it was a fun game. It was a hard game. I got in trouble by Steve.
You did not.
I didn't really.
No, you didn't.
I'm just kidding.
Okay.
Steve is so helpful for me, though, on the soccer field.
Because he plays soccer with us.
And he is so helpful because I'm still a newbie and I hear him and he speaks to me in a way that I understand. And so I didn't do a couple of things he needed me to do.
Oh, stop. He never gets frustrated with the women. He always gets
he
frustrated
doesn't.
with
I know.
the men. Because you know what he said after the last game, too? Because we were ahead.
5-1.
And they ended up tying it at the end. And he's like, I was getting so frustrated at the men because when you're ahead like that and they start scoring, he was like, I was telling the other men, like, stay back on defense, stay back on defense.
Yeah.
He's like, and all of them just wanted all the glory. And they just were all being ball hogs and trying to score. And I was like, welcome to men. This is my universal experience with men. Instead of doing what's best for the team or what's best for the kids, you're just worried about scoring the goal or being right or making her say please or thank you or no. It's like, shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
It's a reminder to me of just how men treat women generally. And it doesn't matter where you are. It doesn't matter if you're playing a game. It doesn't matter if you're in the courtroom. And that's what this process has done to me. It has really jaded me in my interactions
with men.
Being like, why as a society are we doing this?
Right.
Okay, go ahead. Your turn, Jen. This week in hell for you.
This week in hell was very easy to identify. I am concerned as to Jen's overall mental stability, her behavior's impact on our children, and alienation of our children. I believe Jen may need services to cease this behavior and be a more positive parent to our daughters. That is my week in hell.
That's the line from the declaration from your ex-husband.
Yeah.
In the adequate cause.
Yeah. So I have a bonus, though.
Okay.
Is that his ex-girlfriend asked me if she could write a declaration in support of me. And through this piece of literature, I learned that my ex-husband has been telling people for years that our marriage failed because of my infidelity. And
that's the bonus. Is that the silver
lining? Bonus.
Or is that just like
no?
The
That's
extra
like
hell?
It's an extra hell.
Extra
it's
hell.
The bonus.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh.
Well, also not true.
Not true.
Right. We're done with it. Okay. Well. Bye. See you next Tuesday.
See you next Tuesday.
See you over the fence.